Before the video starts, there's a few things I want to make clear. 1. The subject of this video is about lesbians, and it's important I acknowledge that I am a man, and everything I say is limited to my own perspective. I do not and cannot speak for any lesbians, and I don't want what I say to be misconstrued. Secondly, while this video does analyze something the creator TommyInnit said, this is not intended to be a call-out video or hate video about him. He is 17. I'm not starting beef with a minor. This video is simply meant to study what he said. Thirdly, buy smooth peanut butter instead of crunchy to solve your digestive problems. Ooh, wait, hang on, I'm reading off the wrong notes. Hello everyone, welcome back to my commentary channel, and thank you for joining me today. As of me recording this, it's Lesbian Visibility Week, which is a week of celebration for all lesbian people. And it's very coincidental timing, because the story I was planning on talking about this week does cover the lesbian sexuality. But before we get into all of that, I just want to take this moment to actually appreciate lesbian people before we get into the nonsense of the story. Alright, now let's get into the nonsense. I've broken this video into two parts. Part 1 is going to be talking about a very specific instance that prompted this whole discussion. And then part 2 is going to be a more pulled back, broad scope look at the larger discussion. Because it's never just one thing, is it? Every little thing is part of a bigger picture. Yay, nuance. Also, before we begin, please like this video if you want, so YouTube doesn't bury my channel. We're talking about sensitive things today, and YouTube does not like that, so anything you can do will help support me, and thank you. Alright, let's start part 1 at the beginning with the inciting incident. Thomas Simons is a 17-year-old Minecraft streamer and YouTuber who goes by TommyInnit. He's a massively popular creator with 8.5 million subscribers, and his videos repeatedly reach multi-million level views. He is undeniably an influential figure. Tommy is involved in a lot of creator circles, but he is consistently one of the younger creators among them, despite his following being one of the more larger channels. And after hearing that, you might be asking, Duncan, that sure does seem like a lot of pressure and influence to put on a 17-year-old boy. Is it really smart to have so many people idolize this developing human to unrealistic standards? And I can't answer that question out loud because some of his fans might have me murdered. I was aware of who TommyInnit was as a creator, but Minecraft streamers aren't really my thing, and taking a look at TommyInnit's thumbnails tell me that A, it's Minecraft, and B, he's loud. So this content isn't really for me. If it is for you, that's okay, but I felt comfortable sitting that one out. A few days ago, I was on Twitter, and I saw the phrase, "I Get Lesbians," was trending, and when I clicked it, I saw a video of TommyInnit. So needless to say, I was a little confused as to what that was about. And here is the clip in question.
Fundy, I like men. Dream.
Wait.
Dream.
No. I don't like men. I like girls. Hate men. I get lesbians. This isn't a joke. I love them and I understand them. It's true. I do. I get it. I resonate.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Uh-huh.
I get them, and I don't know. I feel, you know, I don't get a lot of people, but I'm on the same wavelength as them.
So Tommy says that he hates men and he likes girls, so he gets lesbians. He might be a little too enthusiastic about it, but it seems like he's trying to say that he empathizes with the idea of loving women. But here's the thing. That one clip created such a divide in Tommy's audience that the two opposing sides of this discussion elevated the conversation to the point where it was on the trending page, like I mentioned. Half of Tommy's audience was thanking him and praising him because they felt seen and acknowledged by their comfort streamer. But the other half felt like him just saying, "I get lesbians," isn't enough to deserve praise. And additionally, as a straight boy, Tommy doesn't and can never, in fact, get lesbians. So those are the two general sides of the argument, but now let's look at some tweets so we can see how people are actually responding. Went to see why I Get Lesbians was trending, and I'm thoroughly disappointed. I like girls, I hate men, I get lesbians. No sir, you do not. I Get Lesbians, this isn't a joke, I love them and I understand them. He resonates, he gets it, and he's on the same wavelength. Yes, I see how this is annoying to other lesbians, but it just made me feel supported as someone who watches Tommy. I Get Lesbians? No you don't, but they do. And then it's pictures of anime women? I don't get this one. If your comfort streamer saying I get lesbians validates you as a lesbian, that's great, but you have to understand it invalidated so many other lesbians too. Don't just tell people it's a joke. Did one of the Minecraft YouTubers seriously just say, I like girls, I hate men, I get lesbians? This has the same energy as middle school boys saying, I like girls, therefore I am a lesbian. A lot of lesbians struggle to come to terms with their lack of attraction to men and how it makes us different from other communities. We are constantly compared to predatory cishet men, and all that does is demonize lesbians. Our struggles will never compare. Minecraft YouTube stands flipping out over this guy saying I get lesbians, and all he did was further the stereotype that lesbians hate men. And there's a lot more than we have time to get into. Now for me, as not a lesbian, it's not up to me to comment on the validity of what Tommy is saying here. But I don't think he's actively trying to hurt or offend anyone. I think he's a 17-year-old boy who probably just said something without putting a lot of thought behind it. Because lesbian representation and even acknowledgement is still limited, I do understand why some people see this as such a big deal. But I do also agree that by saying this and nothing more, it invalidates a lot of lesbian struggles and paints them all as man-haters. So that's the story. And if you thought an incident of this size would have any effect on Tommy's overall career, you'd be wrong. Because the next day, he was streaming with other Minecraft YouTubers, and then he was trending for a whole different reason. That's just how the internet works for some people. But as I mentioned, this single story is part of a much larger discussion that we will get to in part 2. Oh, we're there already? When I was in high school, I had a friend once pull me aside and say, hey, I've already told everyone else this, but I wanted you to know that I'm gay. And of course, I thanked her for trusting me, and I told her I'd always support her. And she was relieved, and she said, thank you so much. To be honest, I was really worried about telling you because you're a man. And to my high school boy brain, that was very confusing. I assumed she would have been more nervous to tell girls that she liked girls, and telling men wouldn't have that big of an effect because men aren't involved in what lesbians do. But that was a really ass-backwards way of thinking, and as I grew up, I realized that men play a much larger role in lesbians' lives than I had expected. I think we all know that the entertainment industry is still dominated by men, right? And media representation through TV and movies is a massive way to expose people to new perspectives and ways of thinking. In recent years, there has been a lot more movies and shows that have lesbian characters, but the media stereotypes are still there, with these stories being overwhelmingly depressing, having the lesbian characters killed in gruesome ways, or them being werewolves. And unfortunately, you're not really going to reach new audiences if you're selling a period piece of 2 women looking at the ocean for 2 hours. I love these movies personally, but I don't think they're changing any homophobic minds. And don't even get me started on YouTube. Okay, I will. Just searching lesbians on YouTube gives you videos such as these. Things men have that make lesbians secretly jealous. Lesbians are a man's best friend. And finally, worst of all, lesbians try kissing men.
Oh, wait. No, it's right here.
No, I can't watch that. I'm sorry. That's too fucking bad. All of these videos have lesbians in them, sure, but the focus is still on men. Lesbian representation needs to exist outside of the male gaze, or else nothing is really being said about the lesbians. It's still in the frame of context of men. Now, in order to talk about the full context of lesbian representation, I need to talk about something that is not exactly YouTube friendly. I'm talking about adult entertainment. It ends with orn, starts with a P, but if I say that word, YouTube will strike my channel. So instead, I'm going to say corn. but we all know what that means. Cornography. Lesbian corn is one of the most highly sought after genres. Just take a look here on one of the most upsetting graphs I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. Come on, Washington. You're embarrassing me. But as you can see, the lesbian corn genre is dominating in a lot of areas. If this were an electoral map, it'd be a done deal. Another note to point out is that the lesbian category is very popular in a lot of southern states where this kind of thing is deemed as anti-Bible propaganda. It prompts the question why suddenly, in this light, people are okay with women being gay. And I think a big reason behind this is because the actresses are conventionally attractive performers. If you look at this through the lens of a caveman brain, one hot woman good, two hot women even better. I hate that there's an audio of me saying that out in the world now. Jesus. Plus, it's not really a big secret that corn websites as big as the ones like Cornhub, where this data was collected, tailor a lot of their videos specifically to their main demographic, teenage boys. Hi, editing... fuck, there's a siren. Hi, editing Duncan here to correct some misinformation. By me just saying target demographic, I can see how it might sound like I'm implying that more teenagers visit Hub than anything else. And I looked it up and that's not true. It turns out that teenagers come in second place after 25 to 34-year-old men. So while what I said was close, it wasn't exactly right. So just wanted to correct that. Enjoy the rest of the video. Now, there are lesbian-devoted sites that take care to hire gay actresses in their productions, but since these videos are not tailored to men, men end up not being exposed to that kind of authentic representation. These larger sites are frequented a lot by teenage boys, usually young teenage boys, which means that there's a chance that seeing lesbians in this light is actually some of their first exposure to lesbian representation. And that's really sad because these scenes have not been designed for authenticity. They're designed to appeal to what they expect in this weird teenage boy fantasy of what lesbians are. So just to round up our findings, we have the corn industry showing lesbians as male-viewed objects. We have YouTube entertainment that can't divorce lesbians from the subject of men. And then you have niche movies that don't appeal to general theater-going audiences, where the lesbians are often sad and or dying. The lesbian experience is not so easily defined by one statement. TommyInnit saying, "I like women and hate men, so I get lesbians," is playing into a stereotype, and it's no different than the ones the media uses. As for the debate that spawned around Tommy's comment, I think both sides have some validity to it, depending on your perspective. The thing is, you have to respect other people's perspectives, and you have to be open to other ways of viewing it. Personally, I try my best to treat everyone with at least the same level of human decency, no matter your sexuality. We're all different people, and trying to categorize ourselves into these dense subsections of life is not going to help us understand each other. And to end this video, I just want to say that we all deserve understanding and acknowledgement. And I hope the media's representation of lesbians improve. And for the love of God, be careful about what you say on stream, because that shit will haunt you. Bye. Thank you for watching this video until the very end. I seriously appreciate that. I know YouTube hates it when I talk about sensitive issues like corn, so again, please like this video if you want, and subscribe if you haven't in order to help. Happy Lesbian Visibility Week to everyone. If you have lesbian content creators you know of and you want to share them in the comments, please do so, and I'll happily check them all out. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy. Please continue to take care of yourselves. I love you lots. Bye.